Yo, we back. We back again. We back again. Hey, thought I was gonna say again. What up? Yeah, see, look at that. Shortened it. Caught him. This is the I Can't Afford to Quit podcast with your boy Bren'Tel, and we got the second special guest, Stephanie Seeley X in the building. Oh man, how you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Yes. I want all of the podcast listeners to know that is not my name.
Okay,
my name is not Stephanie Seeley X. No, it is not. No, it's not. That is a name that Bren'Tel has bestowed upon me. He calls me Seeley. That is his nickname for me. And the X, I don't know why.
It's so fitting.
The nerve. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. Look, I told you, I'm not going to be dramatic this episode.
Okay.
But I'm lying. So,
you're right. So, I went to see Wonder Woman today.
Yeah, whatever.
It was fire. Shout out to DC, man. Shout out to DC. Y'all won finally.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, y'all got one. She saved y'all universe. You know that, right? Stephanie is DC gang for life. I'm Marvel gang.
I want you all to know that Bren'Tel has decided to rub the movie on my face. He really is doing that right now. So I'm trying to compose, just a lot of things.
Why you got the Dookie voice on right now?
Because I wanted to go see Wonder Woman.
My bad, man.
That's okay. I know you just wanted to, was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go see it. I get it.
But anywho, are we going to talk about new shows that we've watched this week?
Yes. Gonna let you take the lead on that one.
Shout out to Felicia for putting me on to, what's her name?
Iyanla Valdant.
Yes.
Iyanla fixed my life.
Yes. Shout out to Felicia for putting me on to that. And
we love you, Felicia, so much. Trying to chase that episode. Is it on Hulu? Is it on YouTube? Or Netflix?
Hey, I was getting ready to leave, and she played that joint, and I was there stuck, like, how long? Like 2 hours?
Yep, 2 hours now. You just sitting there like...
mouth wide open.
Wide open. That lets you know it's good. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Please watch that show. It is such a good show. It is on the OWN network. Because Oprah be bigging in that cash. Mm-hmm. She brings it in.
What is that? We don't even know the title of the episode, but it was good.
Yes.
There was two, but the second one we watched where the dad would run.
Yes.
That was the best one that I've seen so far. Easy.
Yes.
With his minister ass.
Yeah. Okay. So, on the episode of the show, they're this married couple, and they've been married for, I think, about 12, 13 years. And they have asked for the help of Iyanla to fix their life, to fix, their family, to help their family. And he is an ordained minister, and he snorts cocaine and drinks and has promiscuous sex with women, all while he's married to his wife. He has 2 children. The show was just really, really heartbreaking. Because his wife, she was so numb.
She was numb to everything. And like I said when I was watching it, she had to be numb in order to survive without flipping out in that environment.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But she loved him. And the only reason...
Did she?
Yes, and remember when she said, when Iyanla asked her, well,
Stop
you
looking
loved
at my
him.
elbows, bro.
I was ashy, nigga, but anyway. Shh, strike that match, boy. But when she was plus size, and he loved her.
Mm-hmm.
He loved her. I mean, he made her feel wanted. He made her feel desired. He made her feel good. He made her feel loved. He made her feel sexy, all while she was big. And I think that's why she held on to him so tight. Because who else going to love me like this and I'm this size? I mean, she had already had issues prior to being with him, deeply rooted issues.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot, she was neglected by her mom emotionally, right?
Yes, and then her father left.
Right.
So she had daddy issues. And those are real.
Mm-hmm.
Those are real. Abandonment issues are really, really real. And a lot of people don't address that.
God, it's a great show, man.
It really is. It really is. It really is. Please watch it. It is on the OWN network. Iyanla Fix My Life. Yes. I know she does a lot of celebrities, but she also does like other people. And her show is really amazing because she pinpoints a lot of stuff. She hits home. It's like you come in there with this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and she gets to talking and saying whatever, and she hits them triggers. Mm-hmm. She hits the triggers, and here come the tears come flowing. You come in there like, no.
I don't want to talk about this. Next thing you know, you telling her your life story. Yeah. She telling you what your life story was, and you didn't tell her.
Yeah, I mean, oh, God, it's such a good show. It really is. Shout out to my sister, Felicia. Because she watches those shows. She's the watcher of the shows. So
I couldn't believe it. Like, just how good it was. Like,
she's a life coach, I think, if not.
Is that what is her title? Because she got to be a psychiatrist. You know what I mean? Like, clinically a psychiatrist.
Well, she could just be really good at recognizing that. I think it can be a group of people, but you know, you may consider you to be different from somebody until you start talking to them and you realize y'all have more in common than most. And I think all people are like that. And if you're an individual who can point that out, and I think that's what she does. I think she knows how to
read.
Yeah, read people. She does. Body language, all of that. I think that's her ability to do. That's her gift. And she uses it well.
Right. Speaking of body language, like when dude walked in there, like he was a minister, and like he was slumped over on the couch, legs wide open. He was wagging his legs, and that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We're still recording. Wagging his legs, and he was super aggressive when she was starting to dig into what he was saying, and she was getting the truth, and he didn't like that. And it was great, and everything that the dad was doing, she predicted it before it happened
because she knew he was a master manipulator. And there's a lot of men out here who are like that and always make it seem like when they do something wrong,
it's your fault.
It's your fault because they know how to manipulate your mind because they know you. You're so predictable. Like his wife, he knew. You know, in the beginning of their marriage, when he would do that, she would go out and look for him. And then after a while, she just stopped. She just stopped. And she was so numb. Oh, God. Numb. No emotion. Nothing.
No facial expressions. Nothing. She was just like so used to it. It was crazy.
And then it trickled down to her kids, as you can see. Oh, God. One daughter turns into the father and the other one turns into the mother. But, I mean... your kids. I mean, when you have kids, your environment, what you do, your rules, your discipline, they become that in so many ways. If you around smoking and your kids end up like that sometimes because that's just the environment they're around. That's just really, it's on a physical level, on an emotional level. It's a really good show. It just touched a lot of points.
Yeah.
It touched a lot of points. And even with the girl, the one who won the lottery.
That love will make you do stupid stuff, man. It will make...
Me and my sister were having a whole debate. And she was like, I ain't spending no $21 million on no nigga. And I'm, you know, I'm going back and forth with her.
Like, cause if her mind is telling her that she's in love with him and she care about him, she gonna do whatever she can because she got it.
But you know, some women will be like, no, you stupid as hell. But in her mind, she don't think that. I think when you have a made up mind and say, this is what I want to do, it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. When you really love an individual to that intensity, it's a lot. It's a lot. Either that or she has issues with herself, no self-love.
She didn't. They talked about it.
Yeah. And that's really big, too. You have to have that.
She put all her worth in him, so that's why she would bail him out.
But that's dangerous. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. You just pour so much into yourself, into an individual. You lose sense of self because all of you is this person. And what if they wake up one day and say, I don't want to be with you anymore? You lost. You messed up.
Now you got to find yourself all over again.
And that's... No. Ooh. It's depressing talking about it. I don't. Oh, God. And that happens so much in the black community with women, though. It does. I mean, do you think that? In your opinion, do you think that?
Yeah. I think, yeah. Because I'm like I'm replaying scenarios and like, yeah. Especially like in the 60s. That was big. And it kind of trickles down.
But I think it's more intense now. Because self-love, self-worth is not being taught in the home to young African-American women. And then you have the imageries on TV. You have to look like this. You can't wear your hair this way. It has to be long and straight. And then those images are also being shown to young men. This is what a woman's supposed to look like. This is what you're supposed to look like. So if I don't look like this girl on the TV, then you're not going to like me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out and get this long weave, or I'm going to go out and look like this, or get this, or no. You just can't be yourself. You have to be somebody who they tell you to be on the TV to even be accepted. And I don't like that. I don't. It has to be taught in the home. It really does. That's so intricate. That's so essential for young black girls to have that self-love. Because in Chicago, you see it too much. They have, it's so many programs that they are up and running now. Like they have girl talks. I have a friend who does that. She goes around the CPS schools, the Chicago public schools, and talks to, young girls between the ages of 12 and I think 18 or 17. Yeah. That's the type of stuff you can't put a price on. The value that it does for the community, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they need a center for that. They do.
I think every city needs one, for real.
Yeah. And every hood, they call it. Every hood. Everywhere is more populated with African Americans because moving here is a whole different scenery for me. It's so much. Culture. A completely different culture. It is. All you guys have is Walmart. And then there's Walmart. And then there's Walmart. And that is, I'm used to corner stores. I'm used to gas stations on every corner. I'm used to getting on the train, a man selling loose squares and fruities all at the same time. I got them socks. Got them loose squares. So, coming here and seeing all this country road, all this grass, and the deers.
Mm-hmm.
See no deers. You see no deers in the hood. It ain't even no grass in the hood. Fuck. It's a culture shock. It's a big change. A really, really big change. For me.
Absolutely.
Not for my children. No. Not for my kids.
Why would you say that?
Because my kids tend to adjust a little bit more different because they're young at this age. I've been born and raised in Chicago. Mm-hmm. I grew up off of a certain type of way of life. And to switch and to shift completely to that. You know, just like when I was at Walmart and I left my phone at Walmart.
Right.
My sister was like, no, it's going to be there. It's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I called. She was like, yes, you left your phone here. Is that the customer service there? Had I been in Chicago, hell no. I wouldn't have had no phone. I would have not had a phone.
Right.
You know, my sister, they leave their doors, like their car doors unlocked sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that here.
Right.
You can't do that where I'm from. It's just a lot. I'm not going to get into it. Just like when we was talking about in the car on the way over here. I don't want to step on no toes, but I don't give a fuck.
I know.
Can
That's
I go there?
I'm just letting you cook.
Can I go there?
I mean, shit.
Can I go there?
I gotta let you. You know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Explain the situation and how it made you feel.
There is, I want to say this. I want to be very, very clear when I say this. I have no problem. I don't have a discrepancy with interracial relationships. I do not. What I have a problem with is there's some women who feel as though they can disrespect black women. Mm-hmm. You're not going to do that with me. Mm-hmm. You're not. There was a situation at my job where there's this young, I'm going to say Caucasian. She's a Caucasian lady. Mm-hmm. And she's liking this black man. And, you know, she comes up to another black girl when she finds out that the dude who she's liking, he has a black girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can't believe he has a black girlfriend. He doesn't look like he has like he dates black women. The fuck? No. No. Because had she had said that to me, it bothers me just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Mm-hmm. It bothers me a lot. I'm not going to say a tad bit.
Right, I was just about to say.
A lot. Mm-hmm. It bothers me because where I come from, we fuck with our own. Mm-hmm. And coming here and seeing so many black men dating white women is different for me.
It's a culture shock for you.
It's a big one because I'm used to, you know.
Okay, you got to put into preface that Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in the country.
But it's on the interracial side, the numbers of interracial marriage is really, really big in Chicago.
Is it?
Yes.
I swear. How? Where do...
It is.
Every time I've been in Chicago, I've never seen white people or police.
That's because you've been in the hood, and it's depending on where you was at. Mm-hmm. I guess I want to explain to you all how segregated Chicago is. Chicago has a Chinatown. Chicago has a Greek town. Mm-hmm. Chicago has what do you call that? A Polish part of mm-hmm. town, where, you know, from Damon to Western is where, you know, the Polish people are at. And, of course, they have the black neighborhoods. And you have the Puerto Rican neighborhoods. And you have the Mexican neighborhoods where they call it Little Village or Pilsen, where that's where they're at. And in Chicago, it's some places you're not allowed to move. You're not allowed to move there. You're not. They will not let you move in their neighborhood. And they have every right not to let you move there. They do. Or if you do move there, they're going to make it hell for you to stay there as to where you're going to be forced to move. Because they feel as though when black people come, that brings a lot of drama. That brings a lot of noise. That brings a lot of unnecessary things that they don't want. They have built their neighborhood to be peaceful, to flourish. And then their neighborhoods are economically strong. Because in Greektown, you know, they have an authentic Greek store where they ship some of the food and some of the products straight from Greece to Chicago. They don't have that in the black neighborhoods. They don't. Or they have an African neighborhood as to where, which is so crazy. I know. I know. But, you know, they have African braid shops in Chicago. They have a lot. And they don't fuck with us. They don't fuck with us, black people. Because they are told not to mess with black. I don't think it's a black thing. I think it's an American thing.
Right.
So, yeah. It's just a lot coming from there, growing up, and to see the drastic downhill, the change. But Chicago is going a big gentrification stage on an epic level, on levels that are really, really epic, as to where they will literally build something right in the community and hire nothing but other ethnicities.
Right.
Just to get funded to help black people. They will build it right in our neighborhood. And they will make money off of us. Wow. And they do that. And it's like that. It is. It really is. They won't hire you. They won't hire you. They will not hire you. It's not any programs where they have they do have that, but it's so much corruption. It's so much corruption. As soon as somebody gets some money or they get funded for something, where's the money?
Right.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. But Chicago is an amazing city. I don't want you all to think, and I know, and this is what I've been experiencing being here, that as soon as I tell people from Chicago, they automatically call me Chi-Town. Or they say, God damn, Chirac. It's like, no.
There's more to it.
First off, don't say Chirac, because that shit is offensive as hell. It's offensive. It's very offensive. If you have a conversation with a true Chicagoan who's been born, bred, and fed in Chicago, not living in the outskirts of Chicago, I'm talking about in the hood, either you stay on the south side, either you stay on the west side, either you stay on the east side, in Chicago. That's offensive to me. It's offensive to me because it's not Chirac. And I want people to know that when certain people control the media, they will allow you to believe whatever they want you to believe. Because if you have a big tourist city and you want to make money, you're going to say a lot of shit. Everything is taxed the hell up in Chicago. They make you pay 7 cents for every bag that you buy. Well, every bag. Like if you go to the grocery store, say here, it's only Kroger here. And you have like $200 worth of groceries. You're going to have to pay 7 cents for every bag. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't park here, or the city stickers. If you don't pay that, they fining you. And each day, they can give you a ticket for not having a city sticker. Because I've had a friend, she have raked up over $10,000 in unpaid parking tickets.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So that's to the city. And then, you know, you see in the city now where they building it, they have whole like big flower gardens literally in the middle of the neighborhood. But in their neighborhood. No. Certain parts of the south side looks like a desert wasteland, and it never used to look like that. And it's so devastating to see that somewhere where you come from, where you've been raised, and it's looking the way it looks. It is. And the killing is a result, to me, in my personal opinion, of the music that they listen to, the drugs that they are using, and it's no guidance. It's just no guidance. It's not. It's really not. It's no males in the home. It's no mothers in the home. When my son was going to school, some of those kids, lunch was their last meal for the rest of the day. So just imagine going home and you don't have anything.
Right.
And your mama not there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you raising yourself. So when you go out there in the streets and somebody show you love and acceptance and affection, whether the influence is good or not, you're going to grab that. You're going to grip onto that, and you ain't going to never let it go. That's why there's so many young males and females out there like that. And then they get addicted to them drugs. 16-year-olds strung out on crack. It's depressing.
Man.
It's sad. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. And that's just not in Chicago. That's in LA. That's in Detroit. That's in big cities that have a really, really mass quantity of African Americans. And they put us in here, and they don't give us resources. And when they give us resources, they want you to go through hell and high water to even get something good to put back in your neighborhood. And the minute you do that, they want to dig up shit from your past. It's a lot. I have a friend right now who is trying to buy up a lot of property on the South Side, and they are going through hell right now trying to do that.
Yep, zoning licenses and all type of shit.
You can't have this, or you got a record, or they'll make it more. Say if you're on the South Side and you're trying to buy property, the property value is triple what you would pay on the North Side in a decent area. And I know a lot of people, if you're from Chicago, if anybody is listening, they say, oh, the North Side is so expensive. No, it's not. You're paying for the scenery. You're not paying to live there. You're paying for the thing. You're paying for those shops. You're paying for those stores. You're paying for, like, if you live on Lakeshore Drive, your rent is going to be about $2,000 and up. And that's for a condo. For a condo. That's for a condo. And it's crazy. You're paying to look at the water.
Right.
Hell no. Hell no. And it's so crazy because the South Side, what a lot of people don't realize, the South Side is a gold mine because of the property value is extremely low because of the violence.
Right. And
no one wants to live there. When I was living on the South Side, on my block, it was my apartment, 2 houses, an abandoned home, a big empty space, across the street, up the street, the whole block abandoned. Abandoned homes. Abandoned homes. Yeah. It's depressing. It is. Because either people have moved out. It's just messed up. It's sad. It is. It is. But, I mean, I know a lot of people ask, well, why did you move here? Out of all places. I got tired of fighting. I got tired of being in that combat mode every single day. I got tired of, I couldn't allow my kids to go outside after a certain time, or I couldn't be out here this late, or, just having a fun time turned into something bad. Just like recently on the news, the kindergarten graduation turned deadly because one of the parents got upset and they started firing and shot a parent. I don't know if they died or not because I haven't read the updates, but a kindergarten graduation. People are just so angry. Man, poverty, shit. Poverty breeds violence.
Always.
And it's depressing. It is. To think about. It is. But, yeah. I didn't mean to get off the subject. But that just made, oh, God. Just to think of, yeah, it is. And I moved here because I have children, and I didn't want my children to experience that, to be influenced by that atmosphere. And living in that. They can't play, or they be influenced by this. Or they seeing people getting shot, or I don't want that. No, I just don't. To see people being stoned out on the trains. Because my kids have had to sing that. And I don't want them. I'm talking about they getting high on the train. They pushing it in their arms, and my kids are seeing that. No. So, my kids living here is so funny because when my son Michael, when he got to school, he was like, there's so many white people. Like, where are all the black people? My teacher's white. All the kids are white. Where are all the black people? It was hilarious as hell. Because that's like my kids, I mean, of course you see Hispanics, they have a lot of Hispanics, but no. It's like everybody.
Right. Everybody was black.
Yeah. So, like, where are all the black people? Where are they?
There's definitely going to be culture shock, for sure.
And they are, but, I mean, they accept it. They love it here. They really love it here. I mean, I like it here, too. I just miss the food because...
And culture.
Y'all don't season nothing here. Y'all don't season nothing here. Salt and pepper is not seasoning. It is not. It is not. I'm gonna need you to get some seasoning on, some nature seasoning. I need you to get some paprika.
Oh God.
I need you to get some grill mates. I need you to get something. Yes, you guys, your food is not the best. It's not.
It's bland. It's bland for you?
Yes. It's very bland. Everything is very bland. It is. And you know it is. Just go ahead and agree with me.
I'm with you. Go ahead now. I'm going to let you cook.
It's a lot. It's just...
There was something with it. We had a conversation where you coined the phrase "bitter baby mama syndrome."
Oh yes.
And I wanted to talk about that. And what I don't know how I want to say it, how I want to frame it, but yeah.
For all my female listeners out there,
yes.
There's
bitter baby father syndrome too. So
yes, there is. But I'm a baby mama.
Okay, bitter parent syndrome. We're gonna keep it unisex.
Bitter parent syndrome. Parents. No, that's 2, not 1. It's a 9, not a 7. I coined that phrase from having a conversation with my friend, and she said, "Oh God, you got the syndrome," and I'm like, "What is that?" She was like, "You got the bitter baby mama syndrome." Mm-hmm. When you're in a relationship and the relationship ends for some reason and a child is involved, there are certain things that the parents do, mainly the females. It's depending on who left who.
Gotcha.
It's depending on how the relationship ended.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the father can be bitter, or sometimes the mother can be bitter, or sometimes both can be bitter and hold resentment towards one another.
Right.
So I'm going to speak from my personal experience.
Oh,
I
shit.
am. I'm going to speak from my personal experience. When me and my son's father decided to, well, no, he left me. He left me for someone else that he had been cheating on me with for our entire relationship, which was 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. We was common law. Cause 7 years was common law. We was common law. I ironed your drawers, nigga. I stood in that line.
Stop.
Just to get you that modern warfare game, though. I'm serious. I'm over it now. I just want you all to know I'm over it now. But me and Bren'Tel got a lot of inside jokes. So that's why he's laughing. That is why he is laughing.
You caught me off guard. I wasn't ready.
But,
damn.
When that situation happened, I was very, very bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want to let him see his son. I used his son as a bargaining chip. I used his son because I was hurt. I was angry. I was bitter. I was hostile. All of that. So I wanted him to feel how I felt because I knew he loved his son. And I made it about me. I didn't make it about my child. I made it about me. So I would do, no. I'm doing something this weekend. You can't come get him. I'm doing something this weekend. You can't come get him. Oh, well, I want to do this where we having family. Nope. No, I can't. I don't. He's not going with you this weekend. Maybe next weekend. Why I'm playing this and mother? Because I'm angry. I'm upset. I feel some type of way about you.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And you were being immature.
Very much so.
Okay.
Very, very much so.
Okay.
But I mean...
You were being immature. I'm trying to get you to clean it up to show your growth.
Yes, I was.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I was. I was being very immature. I have grown from that situation completely.
Mm-hmm.
To laugh about it now.
All right. To laugh about it now, what?
Because I've grown it. I've grown out of. I've grown out of that.
Okay, growing out of it. See, this is where we can go with it. Okay, growing out of it. Did that take you coming to the realization that you knew what it was? You knew that why you were doing it. You were self-aware of what you were doing.
Very
and
much so.
Did you heal from the wounds of the relationship?
Yes, but that's a process.
Okay.
That's a process. That is a process because even now, I still, from time to time, I feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that anger or resentment anymore because I've let that go.
Mm-hmm.
Letting go to me and my definition is not letting go of what happened, but letting go of how it made you feel, how it makes you feel. Letting go of that emotion whenever you think about it or whenever that situation presents itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I've let that go.
Mm.
So, but I was bitter. No, you can't have that. No, you can't have that bitch around my son. No, I don't want none of that. No, y'all not gonna be no family. The fuck? I told him that. Now, yeah. So now you a family. So now y'all a family.
Damn it.
So now y'all a trio.
Damn it.
Yeah. But with him, it was completely different because he felt as though I don't want no motherfucking man around my son.
Mm-hmm.
We both was mad immature.
Mm-hmm.
We was, and it wasn't good because at the end of the day, my child was being hurt.
Right.
Because I felt some type of way about his father, and I showed that. And he's saying that. Because, of course, kids, they see more than you think they see.
Mm-hmm.
They understand more than what you think they
Absolutely.
understand.
They are aware.
So, that wasn't good. And whenever he would ask me, and this was a breaking point for me. This is when I really, really had to get it together. My son was like, I want to call my dad. But I know the both of you all hate one another. Oh my God, it made me feel horrible as hell.
Wow.
It's like, 'cause every time you guys get on the phone, or every time I'm with my dad, he always talk about how you did this. And, my son's father is epically petty. Well, I don't know how he is now, but, he told, our child that the reason why he left me was because I cheated on him. Why are you telling a young child that who does not even understand what cheating is? Yeah. So he was saying,
remember, just like on the episode where Iyanla said she was involved, the mama was involved in the kids in the relationship and putting them in an inappropriate spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what she said, what that does to the children.
But that's exactly what I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I did, and that's damaging to children.
There you go.
Because that gives them a perception of. To me, that gives them a perception of. Oh, I can't put my finger on it. I can't. That gives your kids the outlook of. Is this the type of man that I want to be? Or especially when you have male children. I don't know about girls, but having male children, that's not a good thing. It's not. And I had to really, really ship and shape that up. I had to get that together. I did. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. So the bitter baby mama syndrome is
okay.
It's very big.
Yeah, it's very big. But what are some keys to not getting yourself falling into bitter baby mama syndrome or bitter baby father syndrome?
You need to communicate with that individual.
Up top. There you go. Okay.
But you have to. Okay. Communicating meaning understanding that you all somebody got to be the adult. Somebody has to be the adult. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, your children are going to resent you for that.
Right.
Your child or children. If you feel as though that I'm the adult. Because you can get, and I was like this. Where I thought I was the better parent.
Okay.
Like, nigga, you don't do nothing. I'm here at these doctor's appointments. If he gets sick, I got to call off work. You not doing any of that.
Right.
So I am the better parent. I feel as though, yes. So I'm the better parent. You not doing nothing, but being empathetic and sympathetic was something that I wasn't, because me being immature washed all that shit away. When I'm immature, I'm selfish. So immaturity is selfishness. So I'm selfish as hell because I don't give a fuck about what he got going on. I don't give a fuck if he's struggling. It's about me.
Right.
It's about me and not about my child. You get what I'm saying?
Way to bring it back around. Okay.
It's about me. It's about me. I don't know. My son, okay, yeah, whatever, but it's about me. It's about how I'm feeling. I'm not taking in consideration how my child is feeling. I'm not talking to my child and letting my child air out how they're feeling. Parents, you have to understand that your children are people too. They have feelings, they have opinions, they have a voice. And sometimes as a parent, you can be that whole dictator. And you supposed to be your children's liberator. You get what I'm saying? And in situations like that, when you have that bitter baby mama or that bitter baby daddy syndrome, you lose sight of that because the immaturity in you is so tight. And then you have an honorary about yourself. Like, I don't give no fuck about what they got going on. I got this going on. I can do this shit without him. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because people have to realize that when you have a child, that child is half of you and that child is half of the father.
Okay.
So all of the habits, attributes, the ways, you're going to see that in your kids.
Right.
You're going to see that person who you don't like in your kids, whether you want to or not. Like my son, a lot of the stuff that he does, a lot of the stuff that both of my children do, like they daddies. Exactly like them. And it's like, you just can't escape that. And another thing, being with not knowing an individual before you have sex with them. Before you decide, I'm having sex. No. And you don't get to know that person. And then now you got a baby by him. And you don't even know who you having a child by. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Right.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And you gain some type of resentment. You don't understand this person. So communication, y'all haven't established that. You don't know. And communication, to me, is not talking.
Okay.
It's more than that.
Right.
It's me and you. We're having a conversation, but I'm understanding you. I'm understanding your language.
Right.
I want to understand you, to know all well. He don't want to be bothered by your look. You get what I'm saying? Understanding who you're with fully, mentally, spiritually, all of that. That's essential. And if you ain't got none of that and you got a child by this person, yeah. But some people is just assholes though, and that's not gonna never change. Not gonna never change. That's not. But that ain't got nothing to do with you. You try to be cordial. You make the conversation between you and whoever you had a child by, keep it dry and simple.
Okay, so now we on to the solutions.
Yes.
The second part is the solutions.
You got to grow the fuck up.
Okay.
Rule number 1, grow the fuck up. Understand that it is not about you. It will never be about you.
It's about the child.
It is not the. This is what my son's grandmother told me, because she put me in check. She said, it is not the Stephanie show. It is not the Michael show. It's the Moo show. That's my son's nickname. His nickname is Moo. She was like, it's about him. And y'all sitting over here acting crazy as hell. Y'all all up in y'all feelings. And your child is getting damaged emotionally, spiritually. They're getting damaged. And then it's just so many symptoms that can come with that. They feel abandoned. And they feel like they can't come and talk to you. No. I had to straighten that up. I had to grow the fuck up for my kids. Somebody had to be the adult. I had to be the real parent. Instead of always telling everybody how much of a parent I was. I had to really, really be one mentally.
Wow.
Because I was all talk and no play. No. And you can't be that. And no. The bitter baby mama syndrome is weird. Real. Very, very real. And that is really, really real. And to me, in my personal opinion, growing up where I was growing up, it's real big in the black community. It's really going back to that. It is. It really, really is. It really is getting, you don't get to know anyone. You don't get to know who you sleeping with. It's that lust. Damn, he look good. Damn, she look good.
Falling victim to lust.
Yeah. And that lust, and then you end up...
So you fall victim to lust, and then you're stuck in a situation with a child, with somebody that you don't know. And with you saying that, of course, you're going to have communication problems.
Yes. And that is not a good thing. It's not.
Let's see. Basically, okay, we was grow the fuck up. That's one. Yes. Two. Would you say the show is not your show, or does that fall in grow the fuck up?
Yes.
Oh, so that's all that's
yes.
1A
yes.
and B, or
and try to establish a healthier relationship with who you have a child by. Just so your child can see that image of that, to understand that my parents are not together, but they love me. It's all about me. You get what I'm saying? Make it about the child and not about you. You have to do that. That is so, so essential. You have to make it about your child or children.
Right.
You have to lay those personal feelings, those personal beliefs about that person aside, because they don't concern you anymore on that level.
Right.
Like it's a saying, if it don't concern you, don't concern yourself with it. Only if it concerns the child. That's the only way. That's the only thing you should be worried about. You should, but there are some men out here who you have that really, really hold the mother of their children in high regard, which are rare gems, but you have them. It's to the point to understand where if the mother of my child is short on this, or her light bill, or her gas bill, or she need gas in her car, they are there financially for the mother as well as the child.
Right.
Because they understand this is the mother of my child. She's not going anywhere. That she needs to be right mentally to raise my children because we're not together. You get what I'm saying?
Right. But that's on a financial level, but there's more to it than just on a financial level.
But I mean, you can have and maintain try to have a healthier relationship as to where you all, because sometimes in some cases you get to know somebody after you done had a child with them,
right? But
in some cases you don't. And getting to know somebody, you can build a friendship with somebody who you have a child by,
right?
And I mean, in some cases, it turns out on the good end, and other cases, it doesn't. Right. Y'all just can't see eye to eye for nothing. It'll be 30 years down the line. Hell, your child getting married, and you still looking at them like, oh God, I just want to punch you in the damn. I still don't like your black ass. And that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. I don't want to be like that. So I've tried to establish healthier relationships with the fathers, my children, but that's to no avail.
I really appreciate you breaking this down.
Oh, well, you haven't said anything.
I haven't. I was just taking it all in, and I was letting you get your Iyanla on.
Get my out of here. Oh God, shut up. But I'm serious. I'm very, very serious. I think if people have those, if that's taught more, if that's learned more, because in certain areas it's no. Here, it's so completely different here.
Right.
I have yet to see that. I have yet to see the whole, I don't know, maybe because I haven't been here long.
Right.
But it's a lot of being from where I'm from, you see that. Because you'll be on the bus, riding on the bus, and a girl be like, nigga, fuck you. That's why you don't take care of your motherfucking kids. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. And the child is sitting right there. The child is sitting right there. The kids are sitting right there
to witness it. Well, okay, like I said, it's probably in here. It's more in the home, the actual home. You know what I'm saying. The public, you won't see it on public transportation, but it does happen. It does happen, and what that does when you bad talk or bad mouth your child's parent around them or period. What that does is it creates and molds a narrative and perception in your child's mind, and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And what happens is they grow up and they have these things, and they have this perception of you according to what they heard this whole time, right? So if you don't have a relationship with your child and make it to where they know otherwise than what they're hearing, they're going to believe what they have heard.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen. I think that bad mouthing bad mouthing the other parent around the child. What that will do, because my mother didn't do this, but a lot of family members did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you come around as the parent, you know what I'm saying, that isn't the custodial parent, you will come around and you be catching looks from people that aren't even involved in your situation. And they'll be looking at you funny because of something that they heard that had nothing to do with you, that didn't apply to you.
Yeah. And that also makes the child feel as though that makes them feel...
You put a wedge in between the relationship with the
parent.
But
It's a word that I'm trying to say. That also makes the child feel undeserving, make them feel like it's because they like that because I'm here. They hate one another because of me. You get what I'm saying? And then
I am the problem.
Yeah.
If I wasn't here, they wouldn't be fine.
And that projects self-hate. That projects self-hate. And that's deep. That's deep. You already got that in the black community.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
then you got it in the home. And then to topple that, and then your area, where you live in, poverty-stricken, balance, it's so much for a child.
Right.
And then you black.
And then on top of that, you black. Oh, it's so heavy.
It is.
It's so
It's a heavy subject. But that bitter baby mama, bitter baby daddy syndrome is real. It's a chronic illness, I think, to some people, because they never let it go. Some people never let that go. They never let that pain go, that hurt go.
Like you said,
your kids
be getting married, and
you ain't let that go.
I've seen situations where, it's constant turmoil, and the mother is just, bashing the dad or whatever, and the kids, they agree with it, but they still love their father, but they still. Something in the back of their mind that they kind of still agree with their mother. You see what I'm saying? No matter what you do as a father, you can go and fight and do as much as you can for the children, but that's always going to be in the back of their mind. Yeah. You are fighting to prove what they have heard all their life wrong. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So,
and that can be a lot for a parent, for you a child. I'm sorry, not for the parent, for the child. It can be a lot for the child, for you to see one thing, to see your parent do this or your father do this, and then you go with the mother and she's telling you, you know your daddy ain't shit. He don't want to take care of you. But when
But
you're there,
I was just
when
with
you're
him.
with your father,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And now you get to look and you resent your mother for that.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's that whole resentment, and kids never forget. And they grow up with that on them, having that resentment. That's fucked up.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really heavy. It really is. And it's sad. It's really sad. And then that's how children grow up with the lack of communication skills. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to express themselves because it's always been someone telling them what to do. Children need to be liberated. They really do. They need you as the parent have to be your children's liberator until they are able to make their own decisions to a certain degree as to where they can liberate themselves on a personal level. But as a child, like it's a saying, mother is God in the eyes of a child. So you get what I'm saying? It's when you young, that's all you know. Everything you believe is through the eyes of your mother. You get what I'm saying? And you believe that's God until you realize what that supreme being is. But when you young, your mother is this, she's that. She's so wonderful. She's so magnificent. And it's so crazy because some children who have really, really shitty mothers love the hell out of their mamas. I'm talking about love her to the END. She on strung out on crack. I know, of course, you done seen tons of movies like that. They love their mother, and that's real. That's inspired by real life. That really, really is. And it's a really, really deep subject. Yes. Yeah. It's a deep subject. It's deep only because these are the issues and these are the subjects that people don't talk about. They don't want to talk about it because it's too emotional or it's too deep. But you need to talk about it because they grow up to be adults. They grow up to be fucked up adults. And then they get in relationships and they wonder why.
Repeat the pattern.
Yes. And the pattern is repeated. And then you have kids. You're repeating that cycle continuously. Through your, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. And you're not a functionable human being. Because the emotional side of you is either numb.
Or disengaged.
Yes, completely. You're emotionally detached as a human being. You don't feel anything. You don't care. And even if you do care, you have a pessimistic attitude about a lot of things. You don't trust people. Yeah. Because you've been done wrong. And these are real issues that are plaguing the black community. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I know being here is just completely different because I've seen that my whole life. And to come here and see everything be so family oriented and we're going for a walk in the park, we're going for a picnic. It's different. It's different. It's really different. It is. But this environment is what I've always wanted my kids to live in because that's how we grew up before a lot of stuff happened. Like in the 80s, early 90s, it was mad violence in Chicago. But it was respect. It was honor amongst them gangsters. Right. Like, the kids get out at 2 o'clock or the kids get out at 3:15. If we got beef, we gonna wait until all of them go inside, or when something about to drop off or pop off, y'all gotta go in the house. Go in the house. Go in your neighbor house. Go in your friend house. They're about to start shooting. But now, they don't care. They just don't care. And it's messed up. It really is. It's no guidance, guidance, no teaching, none of that in the home. No love, and the lack of that will really, really mess children up, and they grow up to be adults and repeat that cycle,
which in turn messes the community up.
Yeah. Here you is got a 32-year-old man who got 6 kids by 6 different women. In and out of jail. He ain't a part of his kids' lives. And then that little girl grows up not being validated by her father. Children have to be validated by their parents. Ain't no way around that. You validate their existence. You have to. In shots fired, Sanaa Lathan, when her and her husband her ex-husband was doing the whole court hearing, she said something. She said, when my child looks at me, she needs to be able to see herself inside of me. Oh, Lord, man, that touched me so hard. Mm-hmm. That touched me so hard. She needs to be able to see that. Your kids have to see that. They have to be able to see themselves inside of you because they are a part of you. And that's spiritual in so many ways. It's very, very spiritual. And I can't explain it because when she said that, they gave me chills all up my back. All the way up my back. Like all the way. Because that's the connection you are supposed to have for your children and with your children. And that's a lack. That's a lack. That's a big lack.
My goodness.
It is.
All right.
Okay.
Look. That's all we going to give y'all for free.
Yes. I'm free, nigga. I'm free. $29.99 for each tip.
Oh, man.
I'm Iyanla Valzant. I'm her sister. I'm her baby sister. Shit. I'm her baby sister.
So, now y'all see why I got Stephanie in the basement with me.
I had to grow up, y'all. I just want everybody to know I really, really had to grow up. And a lot of that took me being completely isolated. And I want you all to know, if there are questions that you want to answer, that you won't answer and you can't answer it, you have to say to yourself, when you're alone in your bed and you're laying down and you have questions, ask yourself those questions. Ask it on a repetitive basis. Why do I hate this person? Why do I dislike this person? Why?
Wow.
Why? Why does it affect me so much?
To get to that core issue.
Yes.
The core of the problem.
Why do I do that? You have to do that. Like Solange on her CD, when Master P was saying, we rehab ourselves. You get what I'm saying? He said in other neighborhoods, in the rich neighborhoods, you got rehabs. They got community centers. In the hood, they ain't got that.
Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
They take care of all of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In the hood, we rehab ourselves. And sometimes some people don't. Some people die in their addiction. And that's messed up. It is. It's sad. It's deep.
Yes. High five up top. Yeah. You killed it. That's all. Like I said, that's all we give y'all.
For free. $29.99, my nigga. Cash check a money order.
We'll be back next week.
Free ODs.
I'll talk more. I just had to let her cook. I had to let her cook. I said my little piece, but
yeah, because Bren'Tel don't. No, because he did that. Whenever he do that, y'all. Whenever Bren'Tel do that, he try to compose himself. He trying to compose that Kraken. Unleashes the Kraken, my nigga. Fact, my nigga.
I try, man. I try to, cause shit can go left
real quick. real quick. And we have to bring him back down. Look, Bren'Tel is just really, really passionate about a lot of things because he a black man in America, and he have to be. He has to be. And he gonna always be seen as a threat. It doesn't even matter if you have a PhD in quantum physics. They don't always see you as black.
This something that my dad told me. When you're born as a black man, you are born a threat to the establishment and infrastructure. And, he's always raised me to take advantage of my threat. Don't let nobody take your threat away from you.
Oh, yeah?
So, that is that. So I'm going to try to keep it together.
Cause he be mad. He'll send me this article. Like, look at this shit. You see that? I'm heated. I don't even want to talk about it. Talk to you in the morning about it. I'll talk to you in the morning about it. You know what? Or when he do the When you do that, y'all, that brain gets what? And then he do massive research on these people. He end up finding out they birthplace, what size shoe they wore when they was 8 years old. Bren'Tel is Google, y'all.
Stop it. Oh, man.
Okay, Google. He be mad. He be heated. That's only because he care.
Yeah. If
so
I didn't
much.
care, I wouldn't. I had a conversation with, like, listen, in the past 2 years, I've grown from who I was, right?
That's so good.
Like, massively. So, and what Karen on the Black Guy 2 Tips said, the thing about being woke up is that you can't go back to sleep.
You can't. You try to be less awake. Oh, no.
You're going to be there. You're going to be there, and you're gonna want to acknowledge things, and you just can't ignore shit.
Yeah.
Because you know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Stay woke. Because niggas creep.
But, yeah. We'll be back next week. Y'all know. Hopefully. I don't know. We got to talk to Felicia and see if the boss lady.
Yeah. I know.
Shout out to Felicia.
Shout out to her. We love her so much.
Yeah. So until next episode. Hey.